A brand new teaser trailer for the anime of GACHIAKUTA recently dropped, and we're going to go into a deep dive of everything related to GACHIAKUTA that we're probably going to see in this upcoming season. Spoilers ahead from the manga, you have been warned. So at the very beginning of the trailer, we see our main character, aka Ruto, being dropped from some sort of cliff, with different flashing images as he falls. Now the reason for that is because he was accused of offing somebody even though he never did. His father figure was offed by some random dude in a mask that somehow managed to frame Ruto for doing so. And let's just say, similar to how it is in America, police brutality is still very much a thing. They do not care. They see somebody dead, they're gonna accuse the person that's closest to him. That's quite literally exactly what happens. From that, Ruto is then strung up and dropped into the abyss known as the trash world. Basically, the place that he's at is known as the surface world. The place that he was dropped down to is the world of trash, where the people from the surface world drop everything. From there, Ruto is by himself cursing out those that dropped him in there, saying that the way that they go about doing things is completely unfair. Basically, Homeboy knows that he doesn't belong there, but he will get revenge on anybody and everybody who put him down there, especially the guy that managed to off his father figure. From there, we are introduced to these new characters that are from the aka cleaners that help Ruto along his path within the trash world. And as for his powers, I'm not gonna spoil that just yet. So the person with the umbrella is known as Engine. Might I say the animation for this dude looks amazing, fantastic. Bones is really pulling this off. The second character we saw was known as Zanka Niju. He uses a staff and is pretty much a clean freak, which is kind of ironic considering they're in a land of trash and he just doesn't like trash. It's really weird. And the last person we see is none other than Rio Reaper. I won't get too much into her because it kind of spoils a few things, but just know that she plays an important part. And might I just add, the way they're making these characters look, especially Engine, is just magnificent. It reminds me of Kaiju number 8 and Fire Force mixed into one in terms of animation, as well as story and how everything else plays out in it. And if you've been keeping a keen eye, you'll notice that they're fighting something, and those are none other than trash kaiju. So yes, kaiju are a part of this anime. Now in terms of animation, a lot of people don't like the fact that CG exists, but Bones is doing it right. It's used when it needs to be, and it doesn't look bad. And I know a lot of people are going to try to point that out, but let's be real, it looks good as it stands. And in terms of Ruto's power, I just want to let it be clear, this dude has one of the most OP powers in the entirety of GACHIAKUTA. Unlike these other characters, like Engine, Rio, or Zanka, dude can make anything a weapon of his choice based off of his own powers alone. What I mean by that is he can grab anything and make it usable, similar to how Engine uses his umbrella, or how he uses his staff. Dude is broken beyond belief, but it gets even better as the manga goes on. I won't divulge too much into it because then I'd be spoiling a lot of what happens in GACHIAKUTA, because this is only the first season. If anything, it's gonna get maybe the first 20, 30 chapters at best. But with all that being said, I can guarantee you this is going to do numbers beyond belief. And once people start catching on about this, it's over.